let's talk about information technology, innovation, and of course, robotic education. That is what is trending all over the world. How can we get our educational system to that level? We will be joining me in the studio. In fact, he's in the studio, is the MD, Tulips International Colleges here in Nigeria, and his name is Dr. Fevzullah Bilgin. It's good to have you join us, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, we will be talking about, like you heard, we're talking about developing Nigeria's education, especially looking at robotic, robotic and information technology. But first, let's start with this big question. Why do you think the future of Africa and Nigeria is in science and technology?
I strongly believe that the future of the world, Africa and in particular Nigeria, depends on our ability to develop science, technology, innovation, engineering, because the world is changing very fast, very rapidly, especially now because of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, digital technologies, robotics. All these things are transforming the way we live, and the countries which are able to produce technologies and innovation will be the ones leading the world rather than the countries which are consuming the technology. So I think Nigeria is blessed with a young population, and as a result, if we are able to encourage our students to develop their problem solving and creativity, their ability to innovate, and they are going to be, at the end of the day, they are going to be the ones producing jobs instead of seeking jobs.
Yes.
And this is really important because robotics and innovation now is transforming the economies. It's transforming healthcare, for example. And for the healthcare, for example, there are surgical robots. For emergency management, for example, responses. So there are robots that do search and rescue works. And also for example, agriculture, the precision technology and machines are the ones doing the jobs instead of people. So that's why the future of Africa and Nigeria depends on how well we will be able to accommodate and develop ourselves in science and technology.
Okay, it's quite true. Now we see that drones have taken over the world. Drones, you use it for good, bad, and ugly. You could use it for war, use it for medicine, and search and all that. But there's a big question here: training and teaching of innovation. It's one big, it's one big item. What are the efforts? Training and teaching.
Well, as I was saying, the world is changing, and education is supposed to go hand in hand with what is happening in the world. The education is not about memorization of the facts and information. So it should include about creativity and problem solving. It should include about innovation and finding solutions to the real problems in the world. So if our students are also able to be encouraged to find solutions to the problems, then they will be able to develop their environment and their industries. So innovation, robotics is not only about fancy laboratories. It should be about people who are actually putting things together, assembling, creating, engineering. And many of the successful projects in robotics and in innovation, many of them, they came from the school projects, from the students who were doing all these things. So that is why in this regard, these kind of things will help the students to be engaged in the real world, in the entrepreneurship, and finding solutions to their problems.
Okay, let's talk about, like I said, training. Before we get to where the world is, and be doing what the world is doing, you need people to train the students. How do you see the training and teaching in Nigeria? What should be done? What's the efforts?
Actually, as I say, we have a very great capacity to do a lot of things because of the generation and population. So if there are actually responsibilities and roles that different parts of the society should play. The government, I think, should encourage, like they have already introduced trade subjects into the educational curriculum, and I believe I would suggest personally that robotics should be one of these new subjects that should be introduced in addition to the coding. So I think in these terms, if the students in the schools, the curriculum, if all these things can be aligned towards finding the solutions to the problems, and the organizations, companies, institutions, they should also be encouraging and supporting these kind of initiatives. And of course the schools, not only the private schools but even the public schools, all the schools, so they should be also be aware of that the future is sooner or later is going to be in robotics, in technology, and in innovation.
Okay, before you came on, we were discussing, and you told me you have been in Nigeria for 15 or 14 years, you said?
15 years,
15 years, and I'm sure you have been in the educational sector.
Yes.
And you will be in a better position to tell us, this new trend of education, robotic and information technology. You need exposure. What's the level of our exposure? Talking about the word exposure.
I think there is a lot for us to do again, even though I know that there are many schools, there are a lot of students who are very actively doing a lot of things. For example, NTIC, our school, so we are organizing a lot of programs and activities. We are taking part in competitions, robotics competitions, science fair, STEM projects, project-based teaching and learning. So our students represent Nigeria, and then our school in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So teaching and learning should go beyond classroom.
Yeah.
So where we are doing some, but we have got still a lot to develop and change. I know many schools, so when we announce some robotics competitions and organize them, so some schools already come and participate in these competitions. In science fairs as well, so many schools are interested. So the students, they have already this natural interest, and the schools are also trying to support it. But I think this should be also encouraged in different from different bodies in the country, like the institutions, NGOs, government. So this should be a little bit more the collaboration and cooperative action.
Okay, but it's not easy. An average Nigerian school, what should be done? More funding? What do you think?
Well, I think
because if we collaborate, we get the exposure, and we are better. We are competitive.
I think collaboration can be from within the country and beyond the borders of the country, and within the country. So there are already some institutions who are already trying their best. The government, the Ministry of Education, they are also really trying in this regard. So we should also encourage more people, and then we should invite business people, different companies. So they are already aware, because if there is this synergy between the schools, university, in terms of innovation, so there will be more qualified people that will go and then help the businesses to boost instead of buying and consuming the technology. If we have our own AI, if we have our own robotics that are finding solutions to the problems in agriculture and in health, in education, so there are a lot of educational platforms in the world. Why not some more? I know a couple of them in Nigeria.
Okay.
So why not more here in Nigeria? These things are possible. Secondly, also we can encourage some of the big companies abroad, and in this regard I think ministry can help us as well, and it will be much better. Like Google is making huge investments on AI in Nigeria, I have heard like that. So like that, it is possible, I think.
Okay, now just briefly, because we are running out of time. In Nigeria, they'll say, "Catch them young." Are you too, am I too old to start and catch up?
Of course no, absolutely no. There is no time in learning. Learning is a lifelong project. It's a procedure, and especially in today's world, when you look at what is happening in artificial intelligence in AIs. So people at the age of 30s, 40s, 50s,
Yeah.
60s, in their in those years, so they start learning AI, and then they change their career. So anytime, so anybody can do anything with the help and support and guidance of AI. It's possible.
Thank you so much for coming on the
It's
program.
been a
But
pleasure.
before you go, your experience in Nigeria, briefly.
Well, I think Nigerians are very hospitable, very kind, very friendly people. So when you come and talk to people, they always show interest and respect. So anywhere I go, I really have enjoyed for 15 years. Thank you, Nigeria. So I feel like Nigerian also myself.
Okay, thank you so much. It was nice talking to you, Dr. Fevzullah Bilgin. Thank you
It's
so
been my
much.
pleasure.
It was really nice talking information technology, innovation, and of course, robotic education. Children are the greatest love of all, and they are the reason for our existence. That's why they say they are the future generation. And having that at the back of our minds, I'm talking about NT Entertainment, led by the general manager, Mary Mosindi, and the management team, celebrated children in a very, very unique way. Let's find out how it went.
Children, they say, are the future of every society. Therefore, empowering them and amplifying their voices is a step in the right direction. It was all fun and excitement when the management of NTA Entertainment Channel Abuja organized a double barrel funfair event in honor of Children's Day and the International Day of the African Child 2026, with the theme Ensuring Fundamental Human Rights for the African Child. In her opening remarks, the General Manager, NTA Entertainment, Mary Morsindi, validated the dreams of every child and the vital role they play in making the world a better place.
We are so glad that you are here. Even though you that are here, we can celebrate the day and make it very beautiful for you, and you also make it beautiful for us, because we are all celebrating with you. And at some point in time, you were children like you too. Very happy Children's Day, even though belatedly, but it is still on course, even for maybe from now till the end of June.
The brilliance of the children was evident as they gave their opinion on the way forward for every Nigerian child.
Education for which was focused on training their students to be good employees instead of employers. We don't exist talent in this country. Both parents and teachers are guilty in this case. To encourage the students to be, they train their children to be study hard, get good grades, and get a good job. Ask most children or even adults which career they wish to pursue, and they train the wish to be doctors, lawyers, accountants, bankers, and so on. Nation cannot progress where religion, which should unite people of moral values, becomes a weapon of division. Religious institutions also have the power to fight corruption and moral decadence. A politician who spends millions in church donations but steals public funds should not be praised or honored. Instead, religious leaders should boldly speak against corruption, regardless of whoever is involved. When churches and mosques begin to celebrate integrity instead of wealth, many Nigerians will stop glorifying dishonest riches. Ideal Nigerian child values education and uses knowledge positively. An ideal Nigerian child promotes peace and unity. An ideal Nigerian child is responsible.
An ideal Nigerian child is traditionally envisioned as one who beautifully balances deep-rooted cultural values with the skill needed to thrive in the modern day.
Children are expected to uphold the family name and their behavior are seen as the reflection of their upbringing.
In biology, we say that the cell is the basic functional unit of life. Well, the family is the cell of the nation. Poverty, insecurity, moral decadence, ethnicity, and so on are merely symptoms of the decay and deteriorating systems of our families.
Showcasing their talents beyond academics, The event was truly entertaining with various presentations by the children.
Oh, my beloved fatherland, the river of falsehood. My country, oh my heart, the abode of political anomalies, the minority wins, the majority lose, the rats killing the cat, yet democracy reigns supreme.
High points of the occasion was the presentation of certificate of participation to all the schools present. Outstanding performers went home with special gifts.
Thank you so much.
And as the event drew to a close, the NTA Entertainment Management, in company of the children, cut the ceremonial cake, and the day culminated in refreshments, dancing, and merrymaking. To God alone be all the glory, and may God bless every Nigerian child all over the world.
NTA Entertainment, the heartbeat of Nigerian entertainment. Celebrating Nigeria, entertaining the world. Our stories, our culture, our fun. NTA Entertainment, connecting people through culture and creativity.
Kudos to NTA Entertainment. Yes, you want to try us? You want to try us? Well, if you enjoyed that, just imagine what it will be next year. We really had fun. We learned a lot, and of course, the children had a time of their lives. Now, from one child story to the other. This time around, we will be, like I said earlier in my intro, to say that Nigerian schools got talent is to state the obvious. Nigerian schools exhibited their unique talents, and of course they were rewarded as ambassadors. Let's find out the process and how it went.
Giving back to the society is a humanitarian service that fuels the growth and development of any society. It is a charitable act that transcends the barriers of belief, religion, social status, tribe, or any form of societal bias. It's aligned with this that the Vincere Royal Foundation rolled out its one-year scholarship award to 15 candidates.
This is very evident, as you can see, in the scholarship that her foundation, the Vincere Royal Foundation, has given out today to students, pupils of Government Junior Secondary School, Asokoro.
The main goal is to support education and make sure that every child has formal education. Every child has the opportunity to go to school and learn, not just to be hawking on the streets. Because I've seen many children hawking on the streets, felt like that's really not fair for others.
Ms. Vincere Chokobenyi, who is the current winner and brand ambassador of School Kids Got Talent Show Season 4, said that giving back to the society is part of her contribution to education and has to help parents navigate the challenges of catering for their children's education.
So I'm really proud to have a very visionary leader. She's a leader. Being an ambassador means, a lot of leadership role. And just to also mention that she's also the current head girl for her school, the primary session. So I'm really proud of her. I'm a proud mom, a happy mom, because she started early to impact her community. And I pray that she will continue and make much more progress than anticipated.
Children should focus on their education and be reasonable people tomorrow. They shouldn't just take education lightly, because they say knowledge is power. So if you put knowledge to whatever you do, many people will be looking forward to seeing you in the future. Be somebody and leave the rest to God after you have studied.
The organizer of the School Kids Get Talent Show was on ground to receive the Vincere Win Royal Foundation team and expressed his appreciation to the foundation. He also used the opportunity to call on well-meaning individuals and organizations to show support to the less privileged in our society, especially in ensuring good qualitative education.
We are celebrating her as much as we can. She's also doing a philanthropic giveaway as we are giving scholarship to students in junior secondary school at Socorro. Right here, she's giving out, for 15 children, a one-year scholarship, which is outstanding, and that's why we're here today.
The recipients of the scholarship grant were full of joy and expressed their appreciation to the foundation.
We are very grateful for what Vincere Foundation has done for us in our school.
I am very happy for Vincere Foundation, and I wish that God should continue to bless her, give her more life prosperity, for her to have more funds on his pocket, that she will continue helping.
I feel very excited to be privileged to be one of those that were selected by the foundation, Vincent Trivoli. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to them.
We are really grateful for what you have done.
I'm so excited, and I pray that God will bless Vincere Royal Foundation
as she's embarked on this journey of humanitarian service. We hope that she's not just going to be the head girl that she is, or the ambassador, or the founder of the Vincere Royal Foundation, but she's going to go places nationally, internationally, and impact her world as she has already started. I will encourage parents to watch out for platforms that allows their children showcase their potential.
It was a beautiful day at Junior Secondary School at Socorro, where the award was granted.